You're welcome. We are back again and we are seated and ready to talk sports. As I told you, we'll still serve you shoes on NBA as Dick calls it over and again to do. And Wade says he's not going to continue. He's been around for 20 years and you remember he went pro at age 16. So it tells you that he's seen it all and it's good to bow out. So, but there are wonderful times that we'll be ready to show you again too. There is news on the highlights on sports. But as I told you, we are seated and we are ready to discuss Asante Akyem Marathon. This is the third edition. You've seen the footages on our sets before, and to tell you, I've been part of it before, and it's wonderful, you know. But the person behind it, the brain behind it, in Ambassador Ubaya Honso, he said the Agyekum-Addo, the Obobo Ibo of the man that started the whole thing is here with me. He's a man that will not discuss his other role in politics because we want to get it done and talk about sports. Him himself is not happy, but it's the way that he introduces himself. It is Honorable Kojo Baah Agyeman. He's joined us on set here. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning.
In Ambassador Obayagon of Nigeria, I say, Oga Ushu. And again to CEO, Managing Director of Kofikrom Pharmacy Limited, Mr. Kofi-Addo Agyekum. Sir, welcome on set.
Thank you very much.
Eja, why you be brave was sports? Short time that I've met you for like close to 2 years. It's been wonderful with your support that Kofikrom has rendered on sports. Mashada na me no shy because the lesser known sports no. So we did and all this thing to go behind it and support it. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
But why did you choose to support the lesser known sports? Before we get to Honorable. Honorable will do plenty talking. So I want to know why kbalm, a lovely product, you tend to support it and you put it behind sports.
All right. Thank you very much. First of all, let me say a very good morning to your cherished viewers, and also a very good morning to my special family, Kofikrom Pharmacy staff, and also to all those people, especially my president, Charles Osesibe, who is the president of Ghana.
Your federation president.
Exactly. And first of all, to say that Kofikrom envisions to be a center of leadership in healthcare worldwide. So what we do is to make sure that anything leadership will support. So normally, to support a lesser known sports, you need to know exactly who is leading that particular lesser known sports. So last year, as you are well aware, we chanced on Charles Osesibe and Kofikrom supported arm wrestling. This year, we decided to look elsewhere. We chanced on Honorable KBA. My brother and friend.
KBA.
And I have known KBA from the church lines.
Sorry to cut you. Usually on Friday, we make him more relaxed.
Okay.
It's make country near Kahausa.
Yeah, the friend.
Honorable, any DM KBA no. Yeah, year no. And in now for no name cancer mamu. And I want to K Honorable KBA. Honorable KBA is for wives and associations.
That's okay.
I have one wife.
Oh, but Honorable, with respect, Honorable, me brother, you know, with respect, me you back up, and I'm my nine.
But the
KBA, so Kono campaigner, a man, KBA. At the end of the just by the bar of the same.
Okay.
So I don't know how many KBA.
Well, just we are brothers, we are friends, we are family, and because of which. Others will call him Honorable, but sometimes I call him Kojo.
That is fine.
Because we are down, we are on the road. And
he's really down to it.
Exactly. So when we chanced on him, and then he really outdoored his vision to us as far as supporting the youth in his constituency is concerned, we fell in love with it. So at the management level, we discussed, and then we agreed that we will support him this time. You know what is happening to the pharmaceutical industry? It's very difficult to come by cash flow. Yes. You know, you supply your goods, the National Health Insurance takes forever to pay you. But we decided that out of our widow's might, we'll do something to support the Asante Akyem Marathon. And Asante Akyem Marathon because I am a full embodiment of Asante and Akyem. 75% of me is Asante and 25% of me is Akyem. So when we wanted to do supporting activities for some of these things, I thought, oh, why not? Why not go to my roots? Why not follow tradition? That is why we are doing it this trip, and I'm sure it's going to be a hit.
That is really going to be wonderful. As you do these discussions, you run by you some of the footages and videos in the previous years. But let me get straight to the man behind it, the one with the ideas, the one that came up with this wonderful idea to support the youth of Asante Akyem and Ghana in totality. Because it is for Asante Akyem, but the first winner, the maiden edition, the winner was not from the village, though there were participations and lovely support and other laurels that went for those who were from Asante Akyem. But the winner, I will tell you, was not from Asante Akyem. So this is for the entire nation, as Honorable Chair of, okay, he says we should not get into that one, but we will still discuss it. It is accolades, so if you have to give accolades to the Chair of the NCA, Honorable Kojo Agyeman. Honorable, we've discussed this before, but the entire brain behind this wonderful idea, run by eyes in a minute, then we get to the third year and discuss it.
As you perfectly know, you were part of the maiden edition.
Yes, yes.
You came with Kofi, and the second edition you
Yes.
ran away. What it is that the idea is to unearth talent, provide and produce leadership, and in the field of sports and long distance races. We realize that everybody is doing football. Every leader, every political them want to stretch his helping hand into football development, organizing gala and other competitions. But I realized that to help the other guys who are into long distance, we should come up with something. So that came the idea of Asante Akyem Marathon, which the purpose was to pick up young athletes, nurture them, and make them national assets.
Well, that is wonderful. I remember in the first edition, we had a separate route. Later, you went with your team, sat down, and you redesigned the routes. Can you run by us the new routes now again?
As the event has grown into the international standard, we want to emulate what is done elsewhere. When you go to Boston, and there is Boston Marathon, they run around the city, around the Harvard campus. When you go to London, London Marathon is run around Oxford Circus and some few streets, Elephant and Castle and all that. So I decided that this year we're not stretching forth from Agogo Township. We've identified some routes within the Agogo town itself, and they will go about 10 laps to make the 42 standardized kilometer race that is accepted internationally. So this year is going to be around Agogo Township itself. Nobody is running beyond the environs of Agogo.
The registration is still open.
It's open as ever, and it's free. You just need to place a call on our numbers that we may mention later on. Then immediately you call, you are registered, you get your code, you come for free accommodation, and you are good to go.
It means it's growing now. Currently, Alice gets to get free accommodation ahead of the day. It tells you that it's the third edition. As Honorable Riley said, it is growing. He's putting in so much to tell us that not necessarily run from Cheche, BRC, get to. I know the place very well. So if I can start from Konongo, you can get to Locust, you can get to Petrensa, Jansan, Nyabo, and the villages. You are not doing it right now, as it is done internationally, as Honorable said.
A point of correction: those towns are not villages.
They are not
my cherished towns.
Those are our cherished towns. But to tell you, I had my national service there, like like over a decade. So I know the corners very, very well. The other things that we did in the village, when we meet Kennedy and Honorable outside, we will tell him, but Honorable has a test here. Someone says, Honorable, fantastic idea, but you look nice on set. I won't mention your name. You will not mention your name, and you send in a test, then send your name to Honorable. So this tells her that you know Honorable very well. But I'll get to Mr. Kofi Agyekum, and we'll get to look at the medical bed offsets. We are trying to discuss medicine and sportsmen, and whereas in Ghana, you have concentration near the Kofi. So with Kofikrom putting behind kbalm, on this thing. Now when they get to run, kbalm gets to do something on their muscles and others. But sports medicine, what do we need to do basically on the marathon?
Thank you very much. Offset, we were discussing how we can really keep the integrity of our sportsmen and women, our athletes. And I even told you that I met somebody, a very renowned boxer, and we were having a discussion. I took his pressure, and the pressure was way through the roof. And I was asking him whether when they are about to do a competition or a contest, whether they do medical checkups on them. And he said no. In Ghana, I mean. So I was a bit surprised. To learn that. And Kofikrom partnering Honorable KBA, we want to ensure that our athletes are well protected and they are well checked out before they embark on any of such competitive arrangements.
Viewers, on your screen, it is the flyer. It is what you're going to do is the Asante Akyem marathon. So on your screens, you will see what is happening in there. It's happening on Easter Monday, 22nd April. Starting time is 6 a.m. It's a 42-kilometer race in Agyekum Township. And it is 10 days more to go. But as you see the numbers, 0240432347. And again, 20244210315. These are wonderful numbers that you can call and you can get in touch with Honorable and his team to register. As he said, the registration is open until a day to the event. You can register now, but it's better than when you go in earlier and you can register. Honorable, as you said, I was part of the maiden edition. There were wonderful things that we did on that day. There were races for the aged, and again 2 races for those from Agyekum Township, and again for kids. This time around, what is happening? Do you have wonderful things too happening again?
We just replicating what we started initially, but maybe this time well packaged. This year, the kids that will come and run, we've identified a certain distance for them that they will do on themselves, and there's a special gift that has been packaged for all the kids who will come. So I just don't want to drop it out here, but when the event they come, it's a surprise that we have for the young lads that will participate.
That is wonderful. I remember the first edition after we had the winner. You facilitated to make sure that he gets to see other marathon outside of Ghana. That was very, very wonderful. It hardly happens with new stuff that you put together and you get to put them outside. Can you touch on that one? I remember last year's winner was John Kudan. What happened to him? Because I know the first edition, the boy was in a plane heading to Dubai.
What really happened was that William Amponsan, who won the first edition, we helped him travel to Dubai to participate in Dubai Marathon. And out of over 5,000 participants, he was the 34th person.
Wonderful.
And the time he made at that time qualified him to be running Boston Marathon this year. As we're talking now, I don't know whether he's gotten his visa from the U.S. Embassy now, but he's going to run in marathon in Boston. And now he was also called up into the national team. He's running for Ghana now. He now holds the 10,000 meters record. Just about 2 weeks ago, he also ran 12-kilometer race, and he has set a new record. So the idea of unearthing talent for Ghana and for them to become national athletes is spot on. We are on course. I can say that we've done over 100% plus. With John, we were able to make some arrangement for him to run in Denmark cross country about last month, but things didn't work out because of visa issues. But
efforts were made.
Yeah, but we've not just left him there. We try to fix him somewhere else.
So at least in viewers, you understand it is not just something that you just show up and nothing happens. You know about what happened to Amponsan again with John now. The efforts are made. It's not that easy, but it tells you that the Honorable has really done well. But look at this. It will inspire you to be part of this edition.
see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark sacred nights. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the skies, also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful
When Honorable got Amponsa his tickets, deciding the plane heading to Dubai, that was what he was saying, that he says to himself that what a wonderful world. Dreams do really come true. So if you would want these dreams to manifest, for it to come true, find your way and get that numbers and register, because you see brands like kbalm would not put their brands behind it if they know it's not worth it. Because when Mr. Agyekum was speaking, he told you that they just pick and choose, not necessarily that, but they look at who is behind it and they support it. So if you want to be singing this song and you want to find yourself in a plane and be happy, start dreaming or find the numbers and call Honorable right away. Honorable, let's get back to that, because a producer says he has spoken to Amponsa and he told him to play that song for you, that the world is a wonderful world. And he's having a wonderful world because of yourself and the marathon.
I think the idea is to develop people, to give people hope and let them have a feel of the passion that they have for a particular sport that they are into. It may marvel you to know that this year there is an international athlete who is coming to run. Somebody from Kenya has registered. And
we need a for you.
No, you see, I believe in our self-confidence.
But John and Amponsa can equally run again, right?
Yeah,
so they should run.
But I don't think Amponsa will be available because of his travel. But
okay.
John is coming again. And you know, when Amponsa went to Dubai, there were a lot of Ethiopians and Kenyans in the race.
Yes.
He outsmarted them. He came on top of them. So it's not a matter of the name being a Kenyan or an Ethiopian. But
if we Kenya, how many young girls for you?
You're host and win.
You're host and win. Because host and win, maybe a draw.
No, but I think it's good to have a very good competition.
Yeah, to get international touch.
Exactly. If somebody is coming from Kenya, it gives you a very good match, you know, so that you can also give off your best. If you are almost always running with your peers back home, etc., you don't get the international feel. Of course, out there, what is going to happen is that you're going to compete with all these people.
With people from
exactly. So if you have it locally, then it spurs you on into greater heights.
But let's dwell on kbalm and the support in this.
All right.
Maybe you have something rolling up that day wonderfully, or you don't want to discuss it because until any secret to say kbalm, wonderful brand, Kofikrom behind this. Maybe we will have us all for Saturday and the 22nd, Easter Monday.
Exactly. Honestly speaking, kbalm is a very wonderful product. Very, very wonderful product. It's a herbal formulation. 7 active ingredients into an ointment. You'll be surprised to say, oh baby, you use kbalm na. You see, and sometimes even America to no cry. Oh, if you cry, maybe a hundred do kakrebi another you are good. Oh, Baba, that person day pa. Oh, the sra. It opens the pores, the skin is able to breathe. Sorry, no, it's Sakoda.
But honorable, kbalm is Skaba.
Senior Kofi it's not just about money, it's about getting value of whatever you're doing.
But Sikaba,
Oba, he is clothing all the athletes.
That is very wonderful.
Which it's
very
a cost.
Expensive.
Yeah, and if somebody has committed himself into such an event, you should at least give him the applause. That, yeah. So it's not.
You ever sound testy athletes before they start running?
Yeah.
And it's a by the honorable.
No, says Sikana Banana, she's a man in someone.
There is a Juma. The addition near Juma.
Only my dear Bako Yapa, Ghana. It looks like, I don't know whether the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports is watching. A lot of companies in Ghana would want to support sports.
This one you can tell your brother because he is part of NSA.
But they capture the whole Ghana. They capture the whole Ghana. The powers that be should support corporate Ghana. There are so many people who would want to use part of their budget to support sports. But you need tax relief there. And I think it is time that we correct this particular anomaly.
Especially what the lesser known ones that is done. Yes. As we discussed earlier, there was some Western that is supported. Again, too, now with Asante Akyem Marathon, that's to an talent and leaders. And as Honorable told you, those who were winners in the last 2 editions can attest to that fact that it's been worth it. So if the powers that be are listening and watching, they know what to do, right? But Honorable, your words as we tend to wrap up this conversation.
Yeah, I would say that those who are watching us and have not registered, they should get their phone and pick the dials and place that call to get registered. And if you are watching us and you think you know an athlete who is capable of running, just call that person to call 0244 171499 or 0244 210 315. 0244 210 315. You shouldn't hesitate to wait with the Ghanaian mentality, the last minute thing. They should just get registered. It's free, and let's all come run for competition and have fun on Easter Monday.
Thank you so much. Now, license
and after, you should know that after the event, we are going live on Asante Sports.
Oh, the Asante corner is a side attraction for Asante Akyem Marathon Challenge with Mr. Kofi-Addo. Maybe your last words for this as we wrap up the conversation.
All right, I'll go. And in particular, Asante Akyem District, we are coming. Kofikrom is coming with kbalm. Try and understand that kbalm has been duly registered with the Food and Drugs Authority, and because of which it is efficacious, it is quality. So if you use kbalm, whether you are a child, whether you're a sports person or not, you are an old person, it's going to be a perfect companion for you. Kofikrom kbalm should be in every home in Asante Akyem District.
That is
and I think it is going to be a wonder for everybody.
All right. Mama drop a hint. Say after Asante Akyem Marathon, let's keep watching, Begrom marathon.
Exactly.
That is wonderful. That
Exactly.
is the wonderful thing is Honorable is not dwelling his efforts in cities. He tries to take it away to the peripherals, the smaller ones. He says you should not call them villages. They are his cherished towns. So we will take them to the towns, the hinterlands, to unearth talents. But we will make sure that we take the marathon to them. But as Mr. Kofikrom says, he says he's not going to give any shout out. But I give up the shout out myself. Honorable will shout out. I also give shout out to him.
Michia Kofikrom pharmacy workers in Michia Busia phone my papa company Mikado pharmacy and everybody, especially my president Charles SCB and arm wrestling fraternity Michia Munina.
That is honorable those who need
Because we have a super Asante Akyem phone marathon committee organizers no Radin Common.
Okay. Yeah. But also Michia Mami. And Auntie Mary, Kennedy, Atongo say or Chani Mama Coin. So if you find a way in around Ghana and you run, it is a Asante Akyem Marathon Challenge. It is a 3rd edition. Make sure that you register and make sure that you get your kbalm in your pockets in your home and you smell it on any time. It is a Asante Akyem Challenge. But I way into the highlights. I hope you would want to see NBA. So let's head directly into. But maybe. Let's wish them well. Let's wish them well. Kennedy, wish them well. Wish them well.
Provider, he be my protector. So body go higher. Yo, baby, I need Pabeka. My God be my provider. He be my protector. So body go higher. Oh yeah, me nyawo bi ampo body. I don't do them many things. People say me another day. If you wish me well, I wish you well. Even though we are poor money, I don't do them many things. People say me another day. If you wish me well, I wish you well. Eva, Eva, I still fight for the paper. Love me now, no be later. No be later. Eva, Eva, I still fight for the paper. Love me now, no be later. Kebi mama, nanyami be kebi mama, kebi mama, nanyami kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, nanyami be kebi mama. Me nyawo bi ampo body. I don't do them many things. People say me another day. If you wish me well, I wish you well. Me nyawo bi ampo body. I don't do them many things. Coming home, I see I record with a stolen mic. We be see my phone coming here, can see and I two main pie. We be banya machine and we destroy the soul inside. My baby, I'm on a monkai. Shame on you, I pray my God go favor you. What will they do? Be deja vu, Omunya and Kefi dedu. Shame on you, I pray my God go favor you. What will they do? Be deja vu. Nanyami kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama. Nanyami be kebi mama, kebi mama. Nanyami kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama. Nanyami be kebi mama. Me nyawo bi ampo body. I don't do them many things. People say me another day. If you wish me well, I wish you well. Me nyawo bi ampo body. I don't do them many things. People say me another day. If you wish me well, I wish you well. Eva, Eva, I still fight for the paper.
Well, to them, those heading to Asante Akyem Marathon, we wishing you. And to another person that we want to wish well, it's referee Teresa Bremensu. I wish you well. And if I talk about Teresa Bremensu, I've been joined by lovely Akusia. Let's wish Teresa Bremensu well. Charlie, any better crowd?
Yeah, we've already wished her well, and we do hope that such a thing wouldn't happen ever again, whether it's men's football, women's football. It wasn't good what happened at all.
But we get it into the finals probably. All this in pound out cost. People had wanted to be at the finals.
Yeah.
When is the finals happening? Who's in the finals? And what time is the kick?
The finals is happening on Sunday at the Elwak Stadium, 3 p.m. It's going to be between Ampem Dakwa ladies, who are two times league champions, and then Hazakes ladies, who are 3-time league champions. And so that means that Hazakes won in the southern zone, and then Ampem Dakwa, and they were also champions in the northern zone. So now it's between the champions of champions in both zones. On Sunday, Elwak Stadium, 3 p.m.
So you see if Basigi gets to go behind for Hazakes ladies.
Yes.
So they played in the semis versus police, right?
Yes,
and they defeated police, and prisons played
with Ampem Dakwa, and then Ampem Dakwa won both legs.
Police's coach was here on Wednesday, and Charlie, the man was boiling up. He was discussing issues on hooliganism and others. He says they were cheated, but Akusi has been on the journey. She's been on the road to look at these girls. I'll speak to her on their chances. Pim Danko as past winners, and again to Hazakes ladies. Your call on this thing, their chances, the other teams, you've seen them play.
Well, if you look at it on the records that so far the two teams have been able to set in the competition, you would say that Ampem Dakwa, they are far ahead of what Hazakes did, because Hazakes started the league very, very slowly. They were losing. Then they started drawing before they started to win some games to help them go into the next stage of the competition. But for Ampem Dakwa, they started with a win. We saw their players. But Hazakes, what helped them was that most of their old players, experienced players, if I should say, Linda Ishen, there's Lily Nelson, who all play for the Black Queens. They were all there to help the team. Then for Ampem Dakwa, there was Grace Asante, the likes of Justice Cheneboa, and Mavis Owusu, who has actually won 3 MVPs for this particular competition, and so they look very, very poised for action. But once again, it's Coach Yusuf Basigi who is leading Hazakes, and one thing we have to know is that he's one of the most successful coaches when we talk about women football in Ghana. He led them to win 3 championships before Ampem Dakwa came in to win it back-to-back. And so coming again, is it time for Ampem Dakwa to now go on level playground with Ampem Dakwa for them to all have 3? Or Hazakes will want to once again show that when it comes to women football, is they do girls as they want to term. Because Hazakes ladies, they've been able to produce champions and champions. Samira Suleiman was a Hazakes player, Pastina Ampa, Hazakes, Jennifer Kojo, Hazakes, all of them, and the support that they are putting behind their teams for this particular competition. You go on social media and it's a massacre happening there at this particular moment. And so looking at it, it's going to be a difficult game. Any of the teams can win. But Ampem Dakwa looks stronger at this particular moment than Hazakes leaders.
Well, I could see I've had a pics on it. She says she will go behind with her punditry and what she knows about it. She think Ampem Dakwa had a bit of edge over Hazakes. But again, she told you with Hazakes' experience and the man behind them, they can equally put in any surprise. But if you love women's football and you love sports, we're telling you that is where you should be. It is at the Elwak. But again, to the draw gets to happen today. It is going to be live on GTV Sports Plus. We never got to get the opportunity to be seeded, as we discussed earlier. I was telling you that I was doubting Ghana going to be in the seeded pod in 1, but Nigeria gets to take our position. We guess to get us for 2. But hey, it will come to our screens. You should be behind your sets and everywhere to watch it and pray for Ghana that we get something better and we can be there. From myself and from Akosia and to the entire crew, it's been Akosia and Randy. Give your life to Christ, my buddies.
Just think about it.
Please help me treatment for
Life in Kingston Town. Life in Kingston Town. She calls out to the man on the street.